Greetings everyone, this is Disney9900, and it's been a while since we've explored a used Pokemon game. In fact, it's almost been a whole year already. That's wild to think about. And the reason for this is, actually, it's multiple reasons. One, I don't buy multiple copies of any games that I already have that often. And two, a lot of mainline Pokemon games, particularly the ones before X and Y, have gotten really expensive. Of course, last time we did one of these videos, we looked at a copy of Pokemon Green, as well as this copy of Ruby. And this cost me around, I think, $70 US. And that price has gone up. Now, in that same video, I did mention that when I bought this copy of Ruby, the price had gone up the day that I bought it, so I got it for the old price, so I could have usually paid more for this copy if I did not buy it that day. And today, as you saw by the title and thumbnail of this video, we're looking at a used copy of Pokémon Sapphire. Now, this did not come cheap. This was approaching $90 US, but it was going for $88 to be exact when I bought this at the end, last week. Yeah, last week. I can remember things. And the reasons why I bought this cartridge are very similar to why I bought this copy of Ruby last March. I just have a lot of sentimental attachment for Ruby and Sapphire. Also, I just like how the cartridges look. I know it's a very specific thing to have an attachment for, but I don't know, that's probably just my autistic brain speaking. Now, I was a little unsure if I was going to make a video on this cartridge. That's because if you've seen my previous videos on used Pokemon games, then you know that my luck with finding save files on these cartridges has not been all that great. Now, of course, buying these games in the sole hope of finding a good save file is not exactly the most wise thing from a financial standpoint. But I figured that we might as well make a video on this anyway, because I did test this cartridge over the weekend after I got home with it to make sure that it works. And not only does it work, minus the fact that it has a dead battery, but also there looks to be a complete save file on here, so I figure, why don't we go ahead and maybe document this? Because while I do have a GB operator to back up the save file, this thing still tends to erase save data from time to time, and it's hard to recreate. So I would much rather just export a save file on this cartridge on an actual Game Boy before popping it in there and randomly losing the save data. So that's what we're going to be doing. So don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And let's explore this file on the Sapphire. Alright, got my Game Boy Advance SP ready to go. So let's go ahead and pop in this copy of Sapphire. And let's see what's on here. Now, like I said, I did test this off camera, but I did not export a save file as I wanted to wait to do this video. But I just wanted to see if there was anything on here before making the call on making this video. So anyway, and yeah, this copy, like I said, does have a dead battery, which kind of stings a little bit, especially since this copy of Ruby that I bought from that same store that I bought this copy of Sapphire from, it had a good battery. Now, it's possible that it was just done by the previous owner, or done by the store by himself, but I don't know. As I start my words. Anyway. So, Herb, I was the last owner apparently. About 36 hours logged in, 8 badges, 50 Pokemon registered in the Pokedex. Let's take a look here. So, we were last in Slateport City apparently. Let's check the Pokemon right off the bat. Oh, not even a full team. Wonder what's going on here. So, we got a Vigoroth on here. Ooh, Adamant one. Wow. Okay, so they went through the trouble of looking for that rare Slackoth in Petalburg Woods. Not sure why I told them to burn heal. Kinda weird. With a really disappointing moveset. We got Tropius on here. Okay. Respect. Miracle Seed. Makes sense. Roll of Relaxed Nature. This one also has cut in addition to Vigoroth. Not sure what's going on here. Not even any grass type moves either. With Fly as its only stab move. That's kind of interesting. So they definitely chose Mudkip as their starter. Absolutely based. With Muddy Water and Surf. Kind of strange. No Earthquake on here, but we have Takedown and Ice Beam apparently. What's your held item? The Sea Incense. Okay, to boost water type moves. Calm Nature. That is minus attack plus special defense. Kind of bad nature for Swampert, not gonna lie. Okay. And I'll be able to Sableye on here with a quirky nature, so neutral. 3 ribbons. It's got Night Slash, Pain Attack, Shadow Ball, and Nightshade. Interesting. I bet that Sableye was taken to the Hall of Fame. But I guess we'll go take a look at the PC next. Let's look at the player's PC. Let's see. Oh, we have something in the mailbox. Let's take a look. Read. Okay. Made no sense whatsoever. What do they have in the item storage? Nothing. Interesting. Huh. Alright, well, let's see what Pokemon they got stored in the box. Okay, we only have, oh boy, 6 Pokemon in here. And they're not even organized here. So we got a random arrow here, and this one has a ribbon as well. Dive, Water Gun, Waterfall, and Dig. Explode. Alright. Holding a potion. Okay, 2 ribbons. Okay. This Geodude looks, yeah, nothing special. Holding a Soft Sand, though. You actually raised that why not that you get in Fall Arbor Town. Respect, honestly. Respect. We got a Noom over here. Yeah, looks pretty ordinary. And a Torkoal. Not raised at all. Sad. Is there anything else in here? Looks to be a no. So my guess is they probably just... Yeah, they likely transferred a lot of Pokemon out from this game and onto, like, Gen 4 or something. Let's look at the Hall of Fame. So they, of course, carried Kyogre to the Hall of Fame along with their starter. Like, I definitely did that when I was a kid, so this is... They had Exploud, Meryl, and Magneton. Okay, so they definitely did take Sableye to the Hall of Fame like I thought. And, oh, that's the Soul Hall of Fame entry. Okay. So it looks like they had just finished the game. Anything to note of here in the bag? I keep pressing L and R to cycle between pages. That is an option that you can toggle in the options. Yeah, LR mode. I'm used to playing Gen 3 like that. Yeah, there you go. And I believe the PC does that too. I haven't used the Master Ball, so... Yeah, this is pretty much a legit save file. Didn't use the Earthquake TM for some reason. Have 2 return TMs. Yeah, they didn't use a ton of TMs, and interesting. Very interesting. Berries. Better hold on to these berries well, because that's one of the things you can't do with a copy of Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald with a dead battery. You can't grow berries. And key items, pretty run-of-the-mill. Okay. Let me see their playtime. About 60k in their pocket. Only battled once in the Battle Tower. First Hall of Fame after 27 hours. 32 trades! What the heck? I'm kind of curious on their Pokedex progression now. Oh, you don't even have the National Dex. Huh. I mean, you just... Huh. Interesting. Don't even have the National Dex in here. Okay, I was willing to bet that they had At least, like, one trait evolution registered, but not seeing that so far, as Alakazam is completely empty. Yeah, Golem is absent as well. No Machamp. Okay, they're automatically based because they caught the Vulpix. Yeah, they actually went through with raising the why not you get from the egg in Lava Ridge Town. It's fascinating. They even caught themselves a Relicanth as well. They even got all the Reggies? What? They went through with getting that as well? They caught Rayquaza. Okay, that's suspicious. That is suspicious. The logical answer here would probably be that they used the Coliseum bonus disc. But the fact that they have Jirachi registered on here, that's kind of interesting. But again, I bet it's probably because of the Coliseum bonus disc. But yeah, they don't have Latias on here, so they never went through with grabbing that. They have Trico registered as well. I just realized that, even though they have Mudkip as their starter. Huh. So they never did a lot of trading. They probably, my guess is they probably used this copy of Sapphire maybe to complete the Pokedex in another game, which is probably why they have so many trades on the trainer card. Yeah, like you got Lotad right here, but Lumberry or Ludicolo are not registered. I'm very curious about the story of this cartridge, because I feel like the Pokedex and yeah, the fact that we have 32 trades on here and a decent amount of playtime to get to the Hall of Fame with so few Pokemon left in the PC. I'm curious about the story behind this cartridge. It's very much a guarantee that they definitely transferred a lot of Pokemon out of this game, given the amount of trades, but yeah, so they basically left this cartridge with basically nothing left. Very interesting. Let's check the ribbons, actually. So Sable has the champion ribbon, of course. They got some ribbons from those normal and super ring smart contests. Exploud has a tough contest normal ring ribbon. Meryl just has the champion ribbon. The same goes for Swampert. Let's check the other Pokemon. Oh, I remember. It's a combination of all the Pokemon that you have instead of just the Pokemon that you have in the party. So I didn't even need to grab Exploud and Meryl from the PC because they already have them. So these are the only 4 Pokemon with ribbons in this game. Okay. Did this previous owner ever bothered with feeding their Pokemon Pokeblocks? Nope. Huh. Wasn't that interesting? You know, I'm kind of curious. I want to see what the tide at Shoal Cave is stuck to. Because the tide cycle in Shoal Cave is one of the other things that gets affected when you have a dead battery. So depending on when the tide is, Pokemon Snow Run would be actually impossible to obtain without trading or swapping the battery. Oh, it's low tide in here. Okay, I'm putting up a repel. Oops. Oh, the bag is full, so we can't even, can't grab anything else. So that means, let's see, what can we, I suppose I can, give the amulet coin to, I don't know, Sableye. Reable spot. Yeah, they, doesn't seem like they bother much with, managing their items. They probably just got rid of their items whenever their bag became full. Okay, it's actually a good thing I brought Explode because I kind of forgot this part of Shoal Cave requires strength. Yeah, they never picked up the Nevermont ice. Because I replayed Ruby back in 2023, and of course my copy had a dead battery. I am completely doing this wrong. There we go. But yeah, I was replaying Ruby in 2023, and my copy, my original copy, had a dead battery. And so the tide cycle here in Shoal Cave was stuck at a higher tide. So I was completely unable to come down here and get stuff like the Nevermelt Ice and get Pokemon like Snowrun. So the previous owner definitely lucked out with the tide cycle being stuck on low tide. Got it, nice. I got the TM for Hail as well. Do I have an escape rope? Yes, I do. Alright, cool. Okay. Well, I might as well just save there because there's not much else to explore on this file. Yeah, not the most exciting save file to explore, especially given how empty this cartridge felt despite all the progress that was made. But I still think this was really cool to just look through and see what was left on this cartridge, despite how little was actually left. I am still curious about the story of this cartridge. I am willing to bet, like I said already, that it was probably used to help complete a Pokedex in another Gen 3 game. Probably either Ruby or Emerald if I had to guess. And the fact that the previous owner likely used the Coliseum bonus disc on this cartridge, given that Jirachi has its Dex entry registered in this file, is kind of crazy, but it's also kind of cool at the same time. And if anything, I'm just glad to have this cartridge in my collection, as, like I said already several times, both in this video and when I did this Ruby cartridge along with that copy of Pokemon Green, I just like how these look. You know, Gen 3 definitely has a very soft spot in my heart. Ruby was the first Pokemon game that I ever got to try, but this was not where I did my first Hoenn playthrough, as Sapphire had that honor. Back in 2014, actually, right before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, I did a playthrough of Sapphire because I think Fire Red was the only time I actually finished a Gen 3 game all the way through. And that's because most of Gens 1 through 3 I bought used, including my first copies of Ruby and Sapphire. Now, I remember my very first playthrough of Sapphire, which was well before 2014, where I got to the Pokemon League, but most of my Pokemon were so underleveled, and I didn't know how to grind it back in the day. So I was kind of stuck at the League with just my Swampert and Kyogre, and I felt I was not gonna make it through all the way to Steven with just 2 water types. At some point, I might go through with replacing the battery on this cartridge, along with all the other million Pokemon games on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance I gotta replace. But I still think this was a really fun little side video to do, even though this was nearly 30 minutes long. Plus, I just enjoy the fun of buying used Pokemon games, even though it's not quite as fun as it used to, given how expensive these older games have gotten. But either way, I think that is going to do it for this video. So if you enjoyed, definitely be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And that's going to do it for me in this video. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. This is District 9900, signing off. I kind of forgot to do this in the main video, but Now that we have the save file export, might as well see if the GB operator will actually go through with deleting my save file or not. So, moment of truth. Alright, that's a good sign. Let's see if it'll... If it... I don't have high hopes. Alright, it's doing the verification thing. Oh, God. It takes forever. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, it's there. And it didn't give me the battery warning. Oh, that's probably the emulator, actually. And not the cartridge itself. But, cool. Alright. This file lives to see another day.